I stood at the edge of the San Diego Comic-Con chaos, a grin tugging at my lips for the first time in over 2 years. Around me, fans surged toward panels or chased limited edition merch. A Batman duo strolled hand in hand. A heavyset guy towed a cart stacked with comics for signings. Teen girls decked out as anime characters I couldn't place, giggled and posed for the first of countless photos. Banners hyping cosmic events dangled from the rafters, showcasing heroines in dramatic, impractical poses. The noise was already borderline unbearable perfect. Comic-Con. God, I'd missed it. I almost didn't make it here. My friends and family meant well, their gentle nudging to join me at the convention touching but stifling. I got their worry. 2 years after losing Beth in that crash, their concern lingered like a shadow. But I couldn't hide forever. At 49, I refused to let one moment define the rest of my life. I needed to live again to remember joy. They didn't get why wandering a convention hall packed with thousands of passionate weirdos made me happy. The energy was electric, a tidal wave of positivity I craved. My face ached from smiling muscles rusty from disuse. They'd adapt. I tightened my backpack straps, gripped my cane, and eased into the crowd. This wasn't the old me sprinting to snag exclusives or sketch commissions. My knee brace and cane set a slower pace now. Before I'd race through, terrified of missing something, a rare print, a killer panel, an artist taking only 5 commissions. People rushed past, some muttering apologies if they bumped me. This was my new reality, and I'd adjust. I'd stroll the aisles, soak in the booths, and rediscover joy, not chase swag. Still, Comic-Con's designed to drain wallets. Only those broke resist, and even they hit the overpriced ATMs to grab what they want. 5 hours in, I'd dodged impulse buys, 2 signed graphic novels, a quirky t-shirt. An original art page tempted me pricier than I'd like, but I loved the artist. I'd probably cave before the weekend ended. My friends feared I'd spiral here, overwhelmed, making dumb choices. I shot back cheery emojis to their check-in texts, proving them wrong. No disasters yet. Then a cosplayer in a Scarlet Witch costume slammed into me, sending me crashing to the floor. I love cosplayers, their dedication sinking weeks and thousands into outfits to become Boba Fett or a stormtrooper Elvis. I admire their craft, their joy. But some especially younger ones get so caught up they don't watch where they're going. This girl, maybe 100 pounds soaking wet, was too thrilled posing as Scarlet Witch to notice me. My bad knee buckled, and down I went, pain shooting through me. If my knee wasn't shot, I might have stayed upright. Hours on concrete hadn't helped. I yelped ow as I hit the ground. "Oh no, I'm so sorry," she gasped. Laughter erupted nearby. "Clara, seriously, why are you such a klutz? You nearly crushed that poor guy." 2 years of bottled-up grief and frustration nearly exploded. I wanted to snap at this careless kid and her cackling friends, maybe do something to get me tossed out or worse. Then I looked up. Words died in my throat. My anger dissolved. She was stunning, not in a glamorous way, but like someone you'd shield from the world. Big green eyes sparkled, full lips, pouted red hair barely tamed by her headpiece. Her face made anger impossible. She was young, maybe 19, unaware of her disarming charm or how to wield it mischievously. At 5 feet, she looked more pixie than human. She must have hit me at the perfect angle with enough momentum to floor me. She looked horrified. "Oh my God," she stammered. "I'm so sorry. I'm such an idiot. I was posing for photos and I didn't wear my glasses. They clashed with the costume. Are you okay?" My knee throbbed, but her panic made me chuckle. "I'll survive," I said, using my cane to stand. She grabbed my arm to help, but my knee buckled again. Weighing twice as much as her, I pulled her down with me. Now I was flat on my back, a 100-pound redhead sprawled across me. The crowd's laughter turned it into a sitcom. She propped herself up, mortified, peering down at me. "Hi," I managed. "You okay?" "Oh my God," she squeaked, leaping up like she had superpowers. "Clara, you're such a clumsy mess," a friend nearby teased, probably the one in a rogue costume. Before I could speak, a shadow loomed. "Need a hand," Darth Vader rumbled. "Perfect." I grabbed his arm and he hauled me up, all 6 feet of him, mostly man, not just costume. "Thanks, Lord Vader," I said, grinning. "Don't mention it," he rasped, breaking character. I laughed, surprising myself. Moments ago, I was ready to lose it. Now I was chuckling. I scanned for Clara. She stood a few feet away, still mortified, her friends ribbing her. "Honestly, Clara, that was hilarious. I wish I'd filmed it," Total TikTok Gold one said. The rogue cosplayer eyed me, stepping back, maybe expecting me to snap. She lowered her phone, poised to record. "You okay?" I asked Clara. She blinked, flustered. "Am I okay? I just knocked you over and fell on you. I almost squashed you." A flash of the crash flickered in my mind, but I pushed it away. "I've been hit by heavier things and lived," I said. "But you might die of embarrassment." I wanted to pat her shoulder, but hesitated. A middle-aged guy, a foot taller her, in a red swimsuit, thigh-high boots and cloak. Prudence won. "No meltdown coming," I said. Rogue pocketed her phone, disappointed. "She's always this ditzy," she scoffed. "I don't know what to do with her." "Maybe try being kinder," I shot back. "And a better friend." Her friend, dressed as some anime character, bristled. "What do you know? Arguing with teens at Comic-Con wasn't my goal." I turned to Clara. "I'm fine, I swear. Don't beat yourself up all weekend, okay?" She nodded, a small smile breaking through. "Maybe wear your glasses through costume or not." "Deal," she said softly. "Enough drama." A nearby panel on comic history started soon. I wasn't thrilled about it, but it meant a seat and a break for my knee. I limped toward the room, feeling the teens' glares. The panel was dull, followed by one on writing for tech nerds, mostly why it's a bad idea if you like food or shelter. I pitied the hopefuls asking for loopholes. There weren't any. My knee felt okay, so I headed to my hotel. I'd skip lunch, so room service, pain meds, and a hot tub soak were the plan. The convention crowd thinned, some done for the day, others like me gearing up for a multi-day nerd marathon. I shuffled down Fifth Avenue toward my hotel. "Hey!" a voice called. I turned. Clara, wrapped in a puffy jacket over her costume, shivered in the fall chill. She looked cold and sheepish. "Clara, you're freezing. What's up?" She hesitated. "Have I told you my name?" "Your friends did when they teased you." She blushed. "Oh, right. I just wanted to apologize properly. I was a mess earlier and I feel awful. My brain short-circuited. Are you okay?" Her teeth chattered, but her sincerity hit me. "I'm fine," I said, "but you'll need a hospital for hypothermia." "How long have you been waiting to say sorry?" She glanced at her boots. "Maybe 20 minutes. Mia and Ellie said I was ridiculous and left for some after-party, but I felt terrible. You handled it so well, even when they were rude. I hate people thinking I'm a jerk." I raised a hand and she paused. "It's okay. The rambling's kind of charming." I laughed, surprising myself. I'm not some creepy old guy, I promise. She didn't flinch, just smiled, shivering again. "Anyway, sorry," she said, grabbing her backpack. I glanced at the convention center. Security was turning away latecomers. Clara groaned. "Ugh, I don't want to trek to Anaheim to change at my hotel and then back to LA. A bold idea hit me. My hotel's a block away. There's a lobby bathroom. Pretend you're my daughter, change there. No freezing on the subway or dealing with weirdos. Her face lit up. Really? You don't mind? That's awesome. I stood out here to apologize instead of partying. It's the least you could do. Let's go, I said, limping toward the hotel. She slipped her arm through mine, pressing close. I'm freezing and you're warm. Come on, Dad. We laughed, the role play clicking. At the hotel, her stomach growled as we passed the lounge. I convinced her to eat with me. I knocked you over, she protested. You shouldn't buy me food. You can't party on an empty stomach, I said. You'll be drunk after 2 sips. She giggled. I'm the lightest lightweight, but I'm 19, so no drinks here. I'm too hungry to argue, though. Thanks. We ordered burgers and she changed. I snagged a table by the fake fireplace. Clara emerged, transformed, no Scarlet Witch, just a red-headed girl in yoga pants, a cardigan, and glasses, her hair in a long ponytail. She plopped into the chair, eyeing her burger like prey. I'll thank you now because I won't talk for a few minutes. I've had nothing but a granola bar since noon. She devoured her burger and fries in minutes, eyeing mine. I tilted my plate, offering. She grabbed a fry, dipping it in ketchup. Let me guess, I said. You blew your cash on costumes, travel, and the con pass, sharing a room with friends, and forgot to budget for food. She gaped. How'd you know cosplayers prioritize fabric and props over food? Am I right? She nodded. I'm nuts. My mom and high school friends think I'm crazy. Thank God for the internet, I found people who share my obsession. That's where I met Mia and Ellie. Her face soured. We met online, then ended up at the same college. We've hung out a few weeks, but I'm not sure I like them. I'm stuck with them this weekend, though. I didn't like them either. Teasing friends is fine, but Mia and Ellie seemed more about cutting Clara down to lift themselves. I knew that type from college and had no patience for them. So what's Dad's nerd vice? She asked. I blinked, caught off guard. You don't have to call me that now. She grinned. You haven't told me your name. You're just the guy I almost flattened. I shook my head, realizing I hadn't. She pressed a finger to my lips, warm, tasting faintly of mustard. Nope. You're Dad now. You missed your chance. If we're still talking by the weekend's end, you can tell me your real name. My pulse quickened, hidden by the table. The dad-daughter game was a fantasy Beth never indulged. Now a 19-year-old redhead was playing it with a mischievous smile. This weekend would be wild or awkward. I surrendered. Smart move, picking battles with redheads. She laughed. Good choice, Dad. So what's your comic vice? The next hour flew by debating characters. She lit up when I mentioned Batgirl, but frowned when I preferred Cassandra Cain over Barbara Gordon. She launched a spirited defense of red-headed sisterhood. I hadn't laughed this hard in years. Her phone buzzed and her face fell. They're wondering if I'm alive. I should go. There's a bar meetup I'm missing. She grabbed her jacket, reluctant. This was fun, though. I felt the same. It's been a tough few years. This was nice. She tilted her head, curious, but didn't pry. Big plans tonight, old man stuff, I said. Hot tub bed. She smirked. Now I really regret leaving. I pulled out my phone, opened my number, and handed it to her. Text me when you're back safe. Dads worry about their girls in the big city. She beamed, snapped a photo of it, and slung her bag over her shoulder. Then, impulsively, she kissed my cheek. I could have ditched you at that party, but now you're stuck with me all weekend. Deal with it. She paused at the lounge exit, turned, and called loudly, Thanks for dinner. Dad, see ya. Patrons glanced my way. I ignored them, paid, and headed to my room for that hot tub, wondering what I'd started. I slept hard, waking at 1:30 a.m. to a text. Safe at hotel, Dad. Clara wrote with a photo of her in Batgirl pajamas, makeup free, still adorable. Good girl, I replied. See you tomorrow. I drifted off. Morning came and I second-guessed not chatting more. A faint unease lingered, but I was glad I hadn't pushed. After a shower, I picked a Batgirl t-shirt, packed water, granola bars, and nuts, and checked my wallet. My antidepressants stared back. I felt good, but took them. Comic-Con wasn't the place to crash. I almost texted Clara, but felt like a nervous teen. Instead, I sent, "See you at the con. Excited for your cosplay. Safe, not creepy." An hour into the con, I stopped checking my phone every 5 minutes. A text popped up. Finally in. Line was nuts and my roommates overslept. "Where you at Artist Alley?" I replied. "Stuck with them for an hour. I'll find you. Tell me if you leave." I wandered Artist Alley, my nerd heaven, chatting with an artist about his new book, eyeing his pages. He glanced past me. "That's a killer Batgirl." I turned. Clara's Batgirl wasn't subtle yellow Doc Martens, purple parachute pants, utility belt, purple corset boosting her modest cleavage, midriff bare yellow and purple cape, and a purple aviator cap with goggles. Her red ponytail swung free. I gaped. She was a bombshell and knew it. Her grin widened at my reaction, but she didn't out me as the perv I feared I was. "Hey, Dad. Spent all our money, yet I recovered. Not yet. Been fighting off boys all morning, just a few and some girls, but I've been good." The artist asked for a photo. She posed, and he kept his hands visible, unsure if I was really her dad. We strolled the alley, her arm in mine, giggling. "I thought you'd have a stroke." "Not out of the woods yet," I said. "You look amazing." "Thanks, Dad. Knew you'd like it." We chatted about booth displays, pausing for her to pose for photos. My knee ached, so I found a spot by a back wall to rest. Others lounged nearby, snacking or scrolling. I sank to the floor, massaging my leg. Clara crouched, concerned. "You okay, Dad?" I'd never tire of her saying that. "I'm fine. Old man needs a break and food. You can run off with your friends." She pouted. "Trying to ditch me? No way." She flopped beside me, pulling granola bars and water from her belt. "Smart," I said. "I have my moments," she replied, leaning her head on my shoulder. My brain picked that moment to sabotage me. She was gorgeous, smart, funny, and a total nerd, every guy's dream here. I was a middle-aged nobody. Why was she with me? She lifted her head, studied me, then punched my shoulder lightly. "Thank God I don't like you for your brain," she teased, lacing her fingers with mine, head back on my shoulder. "Cute, nerdy, and kind is enough. Smarts are a bonus, but girls can't have everything." "I'm not cute," I said. My hair was nearly gray, my beard scruffy. I was fit, though 2 years of trauma and 6 months of exercise had slimmed me down. Still no 19-year-old's definition of cute. She raised a finger, silencing me. "Secret origin time," she said, staring at the crowd. "I'll want yours later, but mine first." When she was 11, her dad walked out, leaving her and her mom. She blamed her mom, her redhead stubbornness fueling epic fights. By her teens, hormones made her reckless. "I was hell on wheels from 12 to 17, she said. She partied hard, drank like her dad, and chased older men seeking a father figure. Problem is, when you're a wild kid with daddy issues, you find guys who exploit that." She paused, voice heavy. I felt like I'd pried too much. "I'm sorry," I said. "That must have been rough." She sat up, gazing at the crowd. "I read something once. We learn by doing." Simple, but I liked it. I learned hard lessons, but I survived. It gave me a lousy radar for jerks, though. She'd tried dating guys her age, but they were too immature. The last few years have been frustrating for dating. I came here to relax, have fun, maybe find a guy my age who isn't a total tool. Then I crashed into you. You pack a punch for a little thing, I said. She blushed. My radar didn't ping you as a creep. You could have yelled at me, but you didn't. You cared more about feeding me and keeping me warm. I texted you at midnight and you were just glad I was safe, not trying to flirt. She leaned closer. I know you like me. I see it in your eyes, but you're worried you'll come off as a sleazy old guy taking advantage. I raised an eyebrow. Psychology major? Nope, she said. Just good at reading people. So, Dad, you like you. I admitted it. Yeah, I do, but I've got my own scars. She nodded, standing, brushing off her pants. I know. When you're ready, I want to hear. But I'm okay with this, seeing where it goes. You're not using me. She kissed my cheek. I like you because you're kind and I trust you. Plus, I've got this weird dad-daughter kink that won't quit. I hope I can help you relax and have fun. We could be great together. Her phone buzzed and she rolled her eyes. My presence is demanded. Photo shoot, I'm late. She looked at me. We good? You've calmed your old man, I said. He's not a creep. God, I hope he's still a bit, she teased, glancing around. She kissed me, quick, lips soft. I'll catch you later, Dad. She vanished into a crowd. I floated through Friday's chaos, feeling like teenager. I Googled dad-daughter roleplay, suspecting she knew more than me. It was fine. This would be fun to explore. Distance was a problem. We lived states apart. But one step at a time. Enjoy what you never thought you'd have again. By 4:30 p.m., no word from her. Finding someone at a Comic-Con this size was impossible. I spent 45 minutes searching cosplay zones, spotting Mia and Ellie as Supergirl and Wonder Woman holding court, but no Clara. A flash of purple and gold caught my eye in a hallway. She sat on the floor, head on her knees, miserable. I slid down beside her. Clara, what's wrong? She hugged me, sniffling, trying not to cry. Her friends were mad she'd ditched their photo shoot to hang with me. They mocked her for chasing an old man. She fired back, calling them out for chasing any guy who glanced their way. They told her they were bringing guys to the room tonight and didn't want her around. She stormed off, saying, Fine, she said, but then it hit her she had nowhere to stay. .. She didn't want to bother me, knowing I'd worry about seeming predatory. Her words tumbled out in a rush. I couldn't help laughing at the drama. .. Then impulsively, I acted. I touched her lips, leaned in and kissed her. Her lips were soft, sweet with gloss. She froze, then hugged me, kissing me back. The crowd chuckled. We broke apart after 15 seconds. Grab your stuff and stay at my hotel, I said. Really? She whispered. Really? No expectations. I'll get a cot or call security. I'd rather you're safe than sleeping at a subway station. She hugged me tighter. You're the best dad. I pulled out my wallet, handing her $3.20. Don't drag luggage across town. Get your stuff before those drama queens return. Take a cab, text me when you're on your way and when you arrive. She nodded, took the cash, heading for the cloakroom. Minutes later, my phone buzzed. You don't need a cot, Dad. I'm small and don't take up much bed space. My friends worried I'd do something reckless here. I hadn't. The past 2 years had been brutal. I'd worked hard, saved, but lost what mattered most. Money couldn't fix that. The last 6 months were better meds, and therapy worked. I came to prove I could handle this alone. My sister warned against a crowded con with iffy hygiene. I insisted it was fine. Now inviting a 19-year-old with a dad kink to my room might not be sane. I didn't care. Clara wanted to make me happy now. I'd sort the rest later. Back at my hotel, I tidied up comics and swag littered the room. A text said she was in a cab. 20 minutes later, she was almost there. I gave her my room number. A knock came. I opened to Clara, buried under a wheeled suitcase hiking backpack and a school backpack. "Jesus, Clara," I said, grabbing her bags. "You flew with all this bus tour," she said. "More luggage flexibility." She stepped in, dropping her gear, scanning the room, a standard suite with a king bed, big TV desk, and city views. "This place is awesome," she said. "Our place is a dump, 2 twin beds, gross carpet, walls so thin I heard the guy next door fart." She flopped onto the bed, moaning happily. "You're the best dad ever." She looked lighter than hours ago. Now she was here, I wasn't sure what next. She sat up, grinning. "Dad," she said, ***, you said there's a pool." We headed to the rooftop pool and hot tubs. Friday night, most guests were out, so it was nearly empty. Clara's Scarlet Witch costume doubled as a swimsuit. I soaked in the hot tub jets on my knee, watching her swim. She was a pro, likely a high school swim team. She ditched her cap, tying her hair in a bun, and slid into the tub, sighing. She sat opposite, ensuring I saw her. Her cleavage more pronounced. "Your swim great," I said. "High school swim team." She nodded, sinking deeper. Only her face and chest stayed above water. Her toes peeked out just out of reach. Her content expression glowed. I loved it, but my short jeans screwed me. I couldn't compete with taller girls. I grabbed her foot, massaging it. She moaned softly. "Best dad ever," she said. "Those yellow docs are killer, but 10 hours at the con plus yesterday's boots, my feet are dead." I kept rubbing. She slid beside me, head on my shoulder. "What's your little girl want to do next?" I asked. ***. She grinned. "I've thought about this," she said. "Pizza delivered to our room. I'll pay since you've saved me. You've done more than you know." "Not everything's about money," I said. "Fine," she said. "Okay. What else? Pizza on the bed, cuddling you, watching cartoons on that silly TV, then falling asleep curled up with you. Sounds like the best plan ever." She climbed out her butt, flashing cutely, knowing I'd watch. "Coming," she called. We ended up on the king bed watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. Her shocked I hadn't seen it. I tried explaining I couldn't keep up, earning a playful scold. I wore just shorts. She stole my geek hoodie, reaching her knees. I didn't know if she wore panties, and she me guessing. We munched pizza, sipped cola, and watched her nuzzling my chest, loving its fuzz. "Teen boys don't have this," she sighed. But her gaze drifted to my scarred, swollen knee. "It's just a scar," I said. "Sorry, Dad," she said, caught staring. "I didn't mean to. I know it hurts. I wish I could fix it." I ran my fingers through her loose hair, silky soft. "It's okay." She sat up, cross-legged, grabbing my hand, eyes wide like a cartoon. "Secret time, Dad," she said. ***. Yeah, it's time. She deserved to know how broken I was. "So once upon a time," I said, "a boring kid grew into a boring adult." She rolled her eyes. "Not all origin tales involve radioactive spiders," I said. I smiled. Her playfulness eased the weight. "I was fine with boring," I said. I saw friends deal with divorce, cancer, or addiction. Boring felt safe. If you're happy doing dull stuff, what's wrong with that? I went to college, met another nerd, Lily, and we were happy being boring together for years. We couldn't have kids, which stung, but we were okay. One night, driving home from her mom's bar hangout, we laughing. The light turned green, so I went like always. But a drunk driver later blowing 0.22 didn't see it. He slammed our side, flipping us. Clara's eyes teared. My tears fell too unnoticed. Keep breathing, I told myself. 3 surgeries for this, I said, pointing at my knee. ****. I nearly lost it. I was lucky. The guy broke his nose on his airbag. He got 5 years in prison, lost his law license, and a lot more. He was lucky too. Lily died instantly. I said, they said ****. They said she didn't suffer. She was laughing seconds before. She died happy. Clara sobbed. I wiped my face. I lost my mind, Ashley. You need to know. I was locked up for 3 months. At trial, I nearly attacked him with my cane. I raged at everyone helping. Only 6 months have I calmed down. If I saw him now, I don't know what I'd do. Clara held my hand tight. That's me, I said. I'm a wreck. Some would say crazy. Your friends might tell you to bail if you heard this. If you want me to find you a room, I'll manage. But I think I'm better off with you here. She launched into my lap, arms around my neck, face buried in my shoulder. I'm not going anywhere, Dad, she said. She choked out. You need someone to care for you. That's me. Her hug was fierce human connection flooding back. I hadn't realized how much I missed it. This was what I'd lost, and now I'd found her.